Hey, good morning from the South African Embassy and the Nelson Mandela statue. I am on Embassy Row and heading down into the city rather early this morning. It's about 9:35. We're gonna go, we're just gonna spin around and see what we can find today. There's really not much on the agenda, politically speaking. The public agenda is either the president or the Congress, but you never know what you might find when you ride around the city. Oh, like the vice president's motorcycle escort making their way to the Naval Observatory for a run. So that means the vice president is likely to be heading to work in the next probably 15 to 30 minutes. Maybe we'll catch her. I don't go up this road much because, well, it's kind of a dead end and it's kind of a pain, but you know what? We got a little time to kill today. So over here on my left is the Italian embassy. This was just built, purpose-built, like, I don't know, about 15 years ago. It's rather fascinating, pretty building. Who else do we have down here? Oh, got a house for sale. So this is the Embassy of Sri Lanka, here on the right. This is the Polish ambassador's house, the ambassador of Poland. This next house is private. I don't think it's an ambassador's place. And a few more private houses, including the last one, which is Bill and Hillary Clinton's house. That's where Hillary and Bill Clinton live when they're in Washington, which is not often. And over here is the Danish embassy. Denmark now has 80% vaccination. I think they're reopening the whole country next month. Long uphill ride for a dead end. That's why I don't come up here very often. But one of you asked to see Bill Clinton's house, so we decided to make the trek today. So you can never really tell which way the motorcades are going to go. I mean, you get little clues and hints sometimes. We're going to follow a hunch and make our way down to the Rock Creek Parkway today. If we don't see it, we're actually just going to continue on to the White House and maybe catch them coming into the White House. They take a different route frequently to confuse people, which is fine. That's their job. But we'll suss them out. Not sure what that is. Waiting area. And yeah, there's a couple Secret Service vehicles down here at this intersection. Not necessarily related, but possibly related. Sign they're coming this direction. Wait. And they're in position to block off traffic if need be, or they're just getting some gas. So that little building up there, I believe is actually like the United Nations Washington office. And I think like UNICEF used to be there. And I even think the World Health Organization had a branch, like a field office there. Not sure if it's still there. Due to COVID, everything seems a little bit odd. Actually, almost looks like the same architecture as the UN in New York. And it's right next to the State Department. Let's spin over this way. This is a huge tent city over here. This is at 20th and E as in Edward. Wow, I almost crashed. Teddy Roosevelt building. That must be, oh, that's OPM, Office of Personnel Management. So this is like the HR of the U.S. government. They handle all the hirings, all the management, pension type stuff. The OPM, Office of Personnel Management. And Teddy Roosevelt was a champion of the civil service. He was the one who is regarded as eliminating a lot of political patronage people and replacing them with competent or semi-competent administrators. This is the Department of the Interior. I thought they had a totem pole around here somewhere. Some Native American group had brought a totem pole recently, but I don't see it. All right, this is the East Street entrance to the White House grounds. This is usually where the motorcades enter, if I haven't missed it. It's 9:52. And usually when they enter, there's usually patrol cars out here, sort of to block traffic. And I don't see them, which is a tad odd. There's a cabinet secretary arriving at the White House. That's like a cabinet secretary level motorcade. I don't know who, but probably someone from the national security apparatus. And they're having all sorts of briefings. And the presidential's daily brief is early this morning, and soon, I think. Okay, so we're at the White House, and we didn't see anything. We didn't see any motorcade, and it's basically 10 o'clock, which is when the briefings were scheduled. Those are scheduled. So we'll go take a look around. Doesn't mean they're not coming. They just could be coming later, or they could already be here. That happens a lot too. They could have come a whole other entrance. I'm not sure what this do not enter means. There's the Blair House. I don't know if the Ukrainian Prime Minister is going to stay there tonight or tomorrow. The Ukrainian Prime Minister is coming to Washington for meetings tomorrow, I think. Oh. So they've started the washing of the street to change it from a black color to a kind of a sandy color. So it's going to eventually look this color. Ah, see, they did this one yesterday. Like power washed, acid washed it. And now they're going to do that one. And then when that's all done, when they finish that, then we can actually go back on the street, I hope. Maybe. Too many tourists that way. Early morning at the White House. Marine Guard is on duty, meaning that the president is in the Oval Office. But basically, not a lot going on today. It's still early. It's only 10 o'clock. It's exactly 10 o'clock. Pretty quiet morning. Let's see if there's any TV crews over here. There were some Ukrainian TV crews yesterday getting ready for the summit. Let's see if they're here today. There's a couple TV crews here. A lot of the foreign media has a hard time getting credentialed to get into the White House. As such, they end up outside in the park doing their live reports rather than inside with the Fox and CNN and ABC and all that. We get the plum seating assignments. Let's go back around. Maybe they're running late with the motorcade. Maybe it's just not going to happen. Okay, so I was a little early. It turns out the president's daily brief is at 10:30 this morning, not 10 o'clock. So it's now 10:11. They could still be showing up. There's another cabinet secretary coming in to the White House. See, there's like 1 or 2 black Suburbans, bodyguards, and there goes another one, unmarked this time. Multiple vehicles heading into the White House, 5 or 6 of them. Down here at the World War II Memorial, looking over to the Lincoln Memorial, and over in this direction, the Washington Monument and the Capitol. Some of you have been complaining that, quote, I'm hiding the cement barriers on 17th Street. Well, this is 17th Street, and I don't see any cement barriers, but you know what? Show not tell. Let me just show you what 17th Street looks like today. They just renovated it, so there are these like construction fences that are up because they're still repaving. I don't know if you guys can see, but like one lane is a couple inches higher than the other. They're still resurfacing this. And pretty much all the streets around the White House area, 14th, 15th, Pennsylvania, Jackson Place, Madison Place, 17th Street, they've all been renovated in the last few months. All right, let's go up here to Independence. No, this is Constitution. Independence is on the other side. This is a barrier. This is a flood wall levee system. That's been here for decades. That's designed to keep flooding out of Washington, D.C. It might be needed tomorrow or the next day when we've got some heavy rain. Hey, there's some cement barriers, but I can't remember if those have been there before or not. There were flower pots. Yeah, their flower pots are still there. So that's just, maybe that's what their guys are talking about. That's not even 17th though, that's Independent, that's Constitution Avenue. I think those things have been there for a while, or they just replaced the other ones that used to be there. Let's go take a look. So there used to be a police car that would park there in front of a bunch of round flower pots. And that was sort of the barrier. That road has been closed for a while, I think. So we do have these Jersey barriers. I guess these are new. They look kind of new. But they just replaced a bunch of older barriers that were here before. Yeah, before there was a bunch of these round flower pots that were blocking the road. So I guess they decided the round flower pots were not strong enough or too old. They are pretty old. And now we have this. Maybe this is new. Now it's got graffiti on it. How new could it be if it's got graffiti? I have to go look at one of my old videos and see if it was there before. But anyway, let's continue up 17th. That was Constitution, not 17th. We'll see what's here. Oof. So we were in the park earlier, we all got kicked out. That's kind of a common thing when the Secret Service gets some big meeting or something. Oh, the park is open now. Okay, so that park's open and we got some vehicles coming out of the White House. Have they finished their briefing? It's 10:51. Boy, that was a fast briefing. We saw 3 distinct motorcades go in. So, who was that? State, Defense, CIA. We did not, however, see the Vice President's motorcade. Not sure which way they came from or where they were going. All right, let's continue our 17th Street hunt for cement barriers, which we don't really see many. Those are plastic. They're not F Street. There's a bunch of barriers up here on, what is this, G? But they've been here for a year or two because of this construction. So I don't think those are what you guys are looking at. And now we're in Pennsylvania, which is pretty much the same as it's always been. Let's cut across again. I hear a bagpiper. It's kind of weird. up their truck. There are a lot of black Suburbans down there. I swore I heard a bagpiper. Oh, it's the VH92. It's the VH, that's the new Marine One. So there's a Piper playing. Where is he? There he is. So we've been biking around for about an hour or two, and we have pretty much nothing to show. Sometimes it's like that. Let's go up 17th again, maybe catch those motorcades coming out of the White House. I don't think that briefing goes that long. It's 11:05. I did get a notice that the president's schedule has all been moved back a while. They moved back his address to the nation and some other speeches already. Starting to think about lunch. Me, not him. This is an old canal house, by the way. There used to be a canal where Constitution Avenue is, and this was like the lock keeper's house for the canal. But the canal's been filled in now, and I'm driving on top of it. So honestly, I don't know. The vice president could have come in a different entrance. They could be coming in digitally through a secure room. She might have another meeting they had to go to. Not really sure what happened there. Then again, I'm not really supposed to know. I mean, I'm just some guy on the street, basically. And my backpack has unsnapped itself. Boy, those don't scream police car. I don't know what does. So there's the Octagon House. It's actually run by the American Institute of Architects, which is here on the right, this modern building. And then the Octagon House is sort of just preserved as a museum. I'll tell you what, it's pretty boring. There's not much going on at the White House. I'm gonna go down to Georgetown. Kind of because I'm also trying to think about lunch and go down here and find something to eat. But also it's just early, yeah? I got out early today because I got work to do this afternoon. So, work being editing a video. But I have a new video coming out hopefully this week that's gonna talk about motorcades, because I get asked the same question about every motorcade I film. So I decided let's take a look at all the motorcades I filmed and see if we can find a pattern. That'll be coming on my channel very soon, maybe even today, depends. I'm pretty easy to please, again. So, you know, best laid plans. We went out to film the Vice President's motorcade, and instead we saw 3 or 4 small motorcades. That's how it works sometimes. I don't really have privy to inside information. I just have to go on what I see outside. Thanks a lot for watching. Subscribe if you haven't. Tomorrow it's probably going to pour down rain from the hurricane, so I'm not sure I'm going to get out. But I am going to work on a video about motorcades because a lot of you have been asking me questions, and I might have an answer if I look through my archives of my old videos. All right, see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.